All right, so this match review comes to us from Applesauce. 979 hours, so about that 1,000-hour Andy area where I expect you to know most fundamentals in the game. You are submitting a survivor match review, which is I do those. But obviously, most of my expertise is in killers, so I'm a little bit more geared towards giving really good advice that way. But I do play survivor a lot, so I can help you here as well. Here on Rotten Fields, which is a fairly survivor-sided map. While the center of the map is not too great, you do have Shack, but there's a lot of dead area around Shack. The entire ring around the map is essentially entirely connected for the most part, which is really, really good for you on Survivor. So the map is not working against you. It's exactly like that in school too. Man, old habits die hard, huh? Does the brightness look weird? No. Okay, let's take a look at your perks. You have a fun beamer. It's good. That's fine. You're going for kind of a fun build, a fun head-on build for flashbang. This is like something similar to what I would run. Obviously, I do like background player and bond, so I can know where to go. With that, a bond still might be a good pick if you're wanting to like prepare yourselves for saves, which is something you see interested in doing with like head-on, flashlight, and flashbang. Obviously, if you're having a hard time hitting your saves, background player would probably be a good replacement for head-on as well. There is kind of like, besides windows, you really don't have any meta on your build. So this is a fun, just know that this is like not a, it's not a bad build in the sense that it's terrible, but it is an entirely for fun build. This is not going to contribute to the team. This is not going to contribute to the objective. Like, so just keep that in mind. You technically have an exhaustion perk, which is head on, but head on I barely consider an exhaustion perk. Ideally, if you were wanting to like win or do better, something like lithe, balanced, sprint burst would probably go here. Or even dead heart since you're using windows, so you might be going for a little bit of a chase thing here. Probably throw like a gen perk somewhere near like deja vu proof. But yeah, just keep in mind, as long as you're cool with knowing this perk isn't going to contribute much, it's mostly for fun, that's fine. Your Michaela's AFK. It's just not going to be your fault if something happens, so. She had a BNP. I think the moment that I saw that BNP go down, I would have left this gen. Doubling up on gens is more effective towards the end of the match as the match goes on, as opposed to the beginning. At the beginning, you should be spreading on gens as much as possible, especially since you're aware that Michaela is AFK. You didn't even see that? You didn't see the Michaela standing right the fuck in front of you? You even see the AFK Michaela just looming in the background? Are your eyes working? The gen BNP? Oh, once again, are you not looking at the bar? Like, wait a minute. Like, either way, why are you not paying attention to these things? Yeah, especially since you have an AFK gamer, that's one less person on a gen somewhere. So you really need to, like, you really need to split up and not just, you know, double up here. Okay. You're doing this more to go hovered for the save and not, ooh, spirits, that's not good. Okay, thankfully she's not AFK anymore. So you throw Shack Bout at 5 gens. Ugh. That's terrible. Don't show yourself too early. Okay, she's facing a wall, unfortunately. You can... Okay, she takes her the other way. I saw what you're going for. I've hit that before. A moth into basement thing. Fortunately, she is taking her somewhere else, which may imply that she has Scourge perks. Why are you getting so close to the hook? Why do you get so close to the hook here? What are you doing here exactly? Because what she's going to do is she's going to come around this corner, see all these scratch marks here, and hear you running, and just immediately go after you. What exactly are you doing here? What is the game plan to following her to the hook? You don't have breakout or anything. I wanted to be chased? Well, that's... Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially against a top 3 character in the game. That, like, it doesn't matter how good you are sometimes, you just get dunked on because the character's power is so strong. Don't do that. That's silly. Don't ever do that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But I have no mind. Well, you said it in the match review. That's on you. You said, how do I get consistently better? And you're just like, well, sometimes I just blatantly do this bad thing. I'm like, yeah, well, you shouldn't do it. +5 would. Oh, for the challenge. Okay, I was like, why did you do that? Franklin's. Well, you have flashbang, so that's not going to matter in the long run as long as you can get back on a gen. Against a spirit, you do not want to run out into a dead zone. You don't really have an excuse for not knowing it's a dead zone because you literally have windows of opportunity. So, especially against a spirit or any high movement killer, running out into a dead zone, not bright. Not the bright. Like, you literally see where all of the resources are, but you choose to run to Pride Rock anyway. Yeah, I do not know. I've been blinded while facing before. I'm like, this is weird. This is strange. But I didn't know it was a thing. Luckily, she misses, but like if you didn't have windows, I probably wouldn't have given you crap for that. But like, you knew where the resources were, and you ran out to it anyway, which is super risky. If anyone is curious, you typically play against Spirit in reverse the way you play against other killers, where you drop while healthy, but greed while injured. Because Spirit's tracking gets immensely better when you were injured, because obviously you're louder. And so, like, it's better to stay healthy against a Spirit as long as possible. So just keep in mind you play it a little bit differently than you do an average killer. That's a good fake. Fung being a champ and taking a hit for you. She did not have to do that. Still on you. That was risky. That was risky. That was so risky. If she is slightly laggy at all, that hits you. If she's even at like 60 ping, that's gonna hit. Yeah, if she is even slightly laggy, that hits you there. Don't. I see a lot of survivors actually do this, and it's why I get a lot of my hits as killers. They'll like, I have to get to this window. I have to get this pallet, and they'll actually like path slightly back into me to try and get whatever resource that they're interested in using, but they are actually putting themselves in harm's way to do it. So like, especially with Spirit, where you're not even sure if she's actually technically there because she's got that passive phasing thing. Like, that was incredibly risky. Do not path back into the killer just to use a resource. You're lucky she doesn't even attempt the lunge. This is risky. Yeah, you get hit here. I would have stayed at the L wall T-wall. Yeah, she's got surge. I would have stayed at the L wall T-wall there. The background player. That's powerful. Got a little flashbang. Once again, she did the exact same thing you were doing, which makes zero sense. Unless you have breakout, I don't know why you would follow the killer all the way up to the hook like that. But that's just a dumb play. Do not do that. Yeah, don't start calling her Rin and stuff now. That's my wifey, Rin. I love her swimsuit. I have posters of her in my room. I mean, I told you Flood's agi, but do you? Do you? Run what you want. Well, it's just not those two perks, but that's what I thought would have worked best. One is enough, it's true. I hate healing under hook. How does you make it? No, you should be healing under hook. No, you should be healing under hook because that's how you get the heal done as quick as possible. Because if the killer, the reason you don't do that is because if the killer is beelining it back to hook the moment the unhook happens, you may be able to get the heal off before they get back, depending on what killer it is and how far away they are. But if you run away to find somewhere to hide and heal, that's time that you are giving the killer to traverse back to hook, in which you may not get the heal off. So that's why. Yeah, that's why people do that. I mean, if it's like an artist or something, oh, that's scary. Gotta find that right away. Like if it's an artist or something, or like a huntress, it makes sense to kind of like scoot away from the hook a little bit. But other than that, no. Distortion robbing by value? Use Colubrine. And I'm being unironic. Use Colubrine. You already have pop on your build, so you're already going to be kicking stuff. Use Colubrine. Distortion and Calm Spirit don't matter. One Colubrine. Ultimate Weapon, Calm Spirit blocks that. Yeah, unfortunately, she's dead. Yeah, you do find it, thankfully. No, Spies is very rated. Spies is not underrated, Spies is very rated. Yeah, unfortunately she is coming to defend her totem, which really isn't your fault. Nothing you can really do about that. Yeah, she's probably gonna defend that totem now. Yeah, she's probably gonna just defend that totem for the rest of the game. At this point, there's not much you can really do about it. There's too many mistakes early in the game that, I mean, against a spirit, there's not gonna be a way for you to really come back from them. Stop that you gotta stop doing. You gotta stop running up to the hook with the killer. Like, you gotta quit doing that. You're lucky she just is blind and isn't paying attention, or is too obsessed with defending her totem. Like, you could have got caught out there again, and with Devour, that's an insta down. Like, you gotta stop doing that. Gotta quit. But I couldn't know, everybody thinks that orb. Everybody's like, haha, I'm so quirky, I use Spies. It's secretly really good. Like, you're like the... Everybody and their mom says that. You know what's really quirky that I bet a lot of people don't agree with? I like Spies in the shadows. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Sure, bud, sure. I prefer whispers. Ah, an old school gamer. Yeah, there was no way you guys were gonna get that. Okay. How is this match 14 minutes long? How is this match 14 minutes long? With how much pressure she has right now? She's in a 3v1. She's just down 2 of you. How does this match continue? I'm confused. Back and forth? How is there a back and forth? This should just be a fourth. It's just a her. How does she mess this up? This should be just like game over. I guess she gets too caught up in defending her totem and doesn't just like end the game like she could. I mean, if she plays her cards right here, she's literally going to be able to get the Mori soon too. Like, what the heck is happening? Okay. Yeah, he's got perk value. How loud Jill is? Yeah, Jill's very loud. Also, Spirit is one of those characters you generally... I know you're not in a good position to do that because you have somebody dead already. Time is of the essence. Generally, you want to stay healed up against Spirit for the reasons I mentioned earlier. That, like, it's very, very... Nope, she's worried. She's very, It makes her life so much easier to track you if she has a, Right now would be way more helpful for you to actually have a have gen progress on the map. I know it's kind of a lost cause, but there's 2 dead. You're not going to be people hovering for a save. Why is Jill so loud? I don't know. I having to run Iron Will on a bunch of characters just because they're so loud. Very frustrating. I guess where's Rebecca? I don't know what's wrong with Rebecca. Yeah, also she has Mori now, so like why are you Stiggy's also right. Homie has a Mori now, so like what was that? What did you just do? There was a ghost. I'm like, yeah, what was... I panicked? You literally flashbanged the nothingness in the corner. I don't even know with like a panic mindset, like what you thought was going to happen there. Like I do not know. I cannot fathom what your game plan is. At least with like certain like people panicking, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see like, okay, well you don't know what to do, so you're just kind of like, ah. And then you do this. I heard her face out, I just dropped it. It's just a phase. She doesn't have you at gunpoint, my dude. What the heck? Hello? What is going on? Thought I'd seen everything. Guess not. Oh, fun thing that's probably helpful here is to know is if you didn't know, you're actually quieter when you crouch. That's particularly helpful both for the save aspect of your build and also against spirit in general. You are quieter when you crouch, so keep that in mind. When does this match even continue? Okay, she gets the Devour. You get all the gens done? Brother, how? Hold on. Now I actually need to figure out what happened. And now I'm actually intrigued. I wasn't going to watch the rest of this, but like, all the gens get done when she has full Devour. Review the spirit? Yeah, I'm intrigued now. How does the spirit let all these gens get done? She literally had you and then she phased away. Like, why? She's so obsessed with defending her Devour, she's literally letting you guys do gens. Actually going to the beach? Yeah, maybe she's actually going to the beach. She literally has Fong and Chase. How does she let all the gens get done? Yeah, get them in the masheries. Now I'm confused. How does this happen? She keeps leaving Chase to check her totem. Honey, please. You literally had 5 Devour stacks and like 3 gens. How are you letting this happen? It's because her totem is on the opposite side of the map from where all of her gens are. So she's literally leaving gen defense to go and make sure her totem's not being popped. Literally lost in dark. She's literally throwing the whole game to defend her totem. Oh my gosh. Remember that Ghostface match a long time ago? Where I was like, both sides played so poorly that I just feel like everybody needs a match review. I'm so stunned. This is one of those. She literally could have hit you there. She literally could have M2. If she had lunged there, she would have hit you. And she leaves to go check the totem. Do you want to know why this is actually the most brain dead fucking stupid thing in the universe? Everybody's death hook. She's throwing the entire game for an animation. Everybody's death hook. You're not skipping any health states here. And you're not getting exposed because everybody's injured. This is literally just, no offense to this player, literally the dumbest thing I have ever fucking seen on the match reviews. This homie literally threw the entire game for an animation. This is the dumbest decision that has ever been made on the match reviews. Like, this is outright fucking stupid. Holy shit. Literally just head empty, defend totem, head empty, defend totem. So stupid. I'm actually stunned. That is ironically probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen on the match reviews. Devout survivor perk, apparently. Or were you actually gonna chase now? Okay, never mind. She's proving me wrong. What did you just swing at? The both of you fighting your demons in this game. What did she just swing at up there? Okay, so like she goes up here to cut you off around the other side of the tractor. But then she goes up into the tractor itself and swings at that window. What is up there that you're swinging at? The crow had it coming.
I think we did a pretty good job so far.
What did you think you were gonna do? Scale the tractor and vault it from the other side? Like, what was her mindset there? She's literally punching the air, like literally.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Is there a demon in the spirits room? Gets head on.
No.
I mean, accurate. Not Noed. Or Noed, just light up. Oh my gosh, good fake though. Yep, there it is. I can see why you use Noed. Yeah, homie forgot their flashbang, but honestly, that's not gonna help this juncture of the match. Yeah, she just has to get out. That's the best she can do. No one should have escaped this match. Ain't no way. Oh my gosh.
Skill issue.
And honestly, she deserved that 100,000%. 100,000%. I haven't watched the NFL in a long time. But that was the biggest fumble of a game that I have ever seen in my entire life. My entire life. And yeah, honestly deserved. Honestly deserved that at the end of all that, hatch out. Cause like, that was ridiculously stupid. Like ridiculously dumb. Like, no offense to this player. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean that you a person are dumb, but you could not have made, you essentially pulled out a playbook and said, I'm gonna make every possible wrong decision I could ever possibly make in the history of Dead by Daylight all in one game. You frightened me. You frightened me. Okay, so this is a match review for you, the survivor, and not the spirit, which desperately needs it. Oh my gosh. Okay, first takeaway. Please stop running up to the hook. Chase is fun, but giving the killer a free chase right off hook for no reason is giving the killer free pressure that you don't need to be giving up. You don't need to be giving that up for any reason, and you do that the entire match. Please just let them find you organically, let them waste more time, because match time is gen time, let them waste more time trying to find you, and then chase. Don't just give it to them on a silver platter. Don't be running up to the hook like that against any killer. Don't do that. Second, pairing up on gens is more effective towards the end of the match, not at the beginning. So at the beginning, you should be focusing on spreading apart, especially since you had an AFK gamer, so you had one less person on gens. Should have spread out. Should have spread out on gens instead of being grouped up, especially since there was a brand new part in that gen as well. What a match. Your third takeaway is don't path back into the killer to get to a resource. Like you got within lunge range of that spirit during that one chase of the hay pallet to try and vault it. She could have lunged and hit you there. So make sure that you're not pathing back into the killer just to get the vault, just to get the pallet drop. Like keep rotating around the loop. Don't try to run back into them. Also, don't flashbang the nothing. Don't flashbang your demons. I don't think that needs to be said. I just think it was really funny you did that. She one-upped you and swung at nothing up at the tractor later, but like, don't flashbang your demons. Don't do that. Don't think that needs to be said, but don't do that. That was probably the most wild match review I've ever watched. There was just so many mistakes at the same time that were just so flabbergastingly like ridiculous. Like I just don't even know what to say for half of this. There's so much to unpack, and I'm just gonna leave it at the 3. Like I don't think I legitimately think for some dumbass reason she thought that for whatever reason that Apple could vault that from the bottom of the tractor, and she was outsmarting Apple. I genuinely think for some reason she thought that it was vaultable from the bottom, which is just the fucking dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. Like, bless her heart, that is so fucking stupid, and like in the most endearing sort of way. Like, why would you ever be able to vault something from like a story and a half down? Like, what are they gonna leap? They're gonna superhero landing up there? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? That was like the most like heartwarming stupidity I've ever seen out of somebody in a match for you. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. Bless her heart, Lily, bless her heart. No, Apple, I think I'm good. I think I need to yell at you less, because right now the spirit's taking a lot of the hits right now, but to be frank, you were making just as bad as mistakes as she was. And I'm going light on you right now because we're paying attention to the both right now. So don't put more attention on yourself. You slide under, you slide out, you stealth out of here. Because I don't want to tear into you. That was funny. That was legitimately hilarious.